Hey yo, this is Hikosaemon here. Third video on faking Japanese for morons. What I'd just like to talk about today is, again, faking Japanese without using words. A good way to do this today, which I'm going to talk about, is how to act Japanese. This is another point I'm going to come back to, but basically taking on Japanese body language. People don't realize, people think that you only communicate through words and through grammar and so on, and it's really not true. Up to 50% of the communication that you're doing is through basically things other than the words. It's things like the acknowledgements that I taught you before, the rhythm of the conversation. It's also about how your body language is and how you physically use your body when you're talking. And it may surprise you that although Japanese are not like this when they talk, and they don't gesticulate a lot like I do, physical reactions and physical body language is very important in Japanese. So the first point that I would suggest with this, and this I really would suggest, I know a lot of people are really into watching anime and learning Japanese that way, and I've kind of come around. I know some very good Japanese speakers who have learned a lot of Japanese that way. So perhaps it has its merit in some ways, at least for listening, and it's something that you might enjoy. But really, for learning body language, you really have to watch physical people, and even Japanese dramas or acting. You'll still see natural Japanese body language and stuff which you can imitate, and you really should watch live people. If you can't watch them like around where you are, watch them on TV. The key point to understanding how Japanese behave, and again, this isn't necessarily telling you to change your personality or telling you that all Japanese are actually like this, but the key point is that you always have to think of acting humble. It's Japanese culture that when you're around people that you don't know, you adjust the words that you use to the very polite language, which is what they teach you Japanese in. They don't teach you casual Japanese, because it's actually quite offensive if you use it around people that you don't know, or it can give off a bad impression. Nobody wants to do that. So people will speak politely, which again, there's no point in me trying to teach you the three politeness systems. But they also, at the same time, they change their body language, and this is no matter how rough a gangster, or I mean, no matter where you come from, or no matter how much of a dickhead you are, you're always going to act humble. And so you got to think about this. It's small things as well. It's thinking, how if I was acting like a humble person, even if I'm not, how would I act like that? So it's a lot of bowing, and not bowing all the way over or anything like that, but just acknowledgement. Like, oh, please, you go first, kind of thing. Think of acting like someone really polite. It really is a very key point. It's funny, you develop, especially if you're a tall fellow like me, you develop a nekoze, a cat neck. It's kind of like it's bad posture, but you're so used to keeping your head forward all the time. It's actually but there's other little things that Japanese do, which is for example, it's like when you want to say, oh, I'm sorry, don't mind me, rather than doing this, Japanese do this a lot, and I love this, the karate chop, don't mind me. It's like, oh, gomen, don't mind me, oh, gomen, oh, domo domo. And yeah, don't worry about me. It's all like this. I think somebody commented on this on another one of the videos. Hey, you can wave the hand, and this is basically like, yeah, literally, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Yeah, we do this. Well, Japanese just do this. And it's kind of nice. It's, oh, don't worry. Oh, sorry. Hey, good to see you. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's like literally, it's kind of. It's hard to describe what this physically is. I guess you can imagine somebody like very carefully kind of cutting through ribbons on a way to someone to kind of get through, but in a careful way. It's going, oh, sorry to bother you. Yeah, hey, how's it going? Then there's other things as well which you'll get when you watch Japanese TV. Ouch, physical pain. It's funny, you observe these things, and these are physical reactions, but they're fun. And they have you acting like a Japanese person. So, for example, when ouch, the word for ouch is itai, and you'll learn that. And it's funny, when I first learned Japanese, I learned it with my schoolboy Japanese, and it hurts. It goes, oh, itai desu. Yeah, ow. There's nothing like ow. Itai desu seems so formal or whatever, but nobody says itai desu. people might say that afterwards when they're saying, yes, this is actually very painful, and itai desu. But what they actually say when they're actually been hit by the hammer is and when you say it like that, it actually makes more sense. So, for example, this whole idea of, rather than itai, it becomes ite, but they're saying it over and over, and rather than saying ite, that's kind of hard to say. People say ite, they say te over, but they say it while they're in pain. And it kind of makes sense. That's a lot more like, ow, I think, So again, just training yourself to make those physical reactions. When food tastes good, and food tastes good all the time in Japan, but the oishi reaction, I'd say 50% of Japanese TV is people reacting going, oh, oishi. They have this whole oishi reaction, which again, you can learn off TV. So this is another thing, basically, is the way that you physically act and behave is as important in communication, I think, as the words. And again, you can watch Japanese vloggers. I make all my videos in Japanese, so you can watch those. As much as you can, I say watch Japanese TV. Certainly if you can meet Japanese people, hang out with Japanese people. And yeah, you'll learn these little things which again, will if you learn these, even if you don't know a lot of vocabulary and a lot of words, you'll give a good fake sense of being very good at Japanese, which will create an expectation that you can speak well, which will put pressure on you to learn more. It'll become a cycle that you'll get very good at Japanese very fast. So I think it's really important to learn these to the extent that you can as early as possible. Hope you found that helpful. Enjoy. Peace.